Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 9 p.m. English news edition. Here are the top stories. Closure of the Minister of Education to Obok, the last stage of a reinforced commitment to schools in rural areas. Sport now striking Djiboutian domination in the half marathon. For the international news in the Middle East, a fifth exchange of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners planned for this Saturday. Details in this news. Welcome to our newsroom. As I mentioned, while traveling across the country to inaugurate new schools, the Minister of National Education strengthens government's commitment to provide quality education to every child. After a nationwide tour that took him to the 5 regions of the country since January 21st, 2025, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, concluded his journey in the localities of Mulhulle and Bisiduru, located in Obok. From Sankal to Bisiduru, passing through Adgenno, Dadato, Galile, Danan, and Bahur. This tour saw the inauguration of 27 schools built over the past 3 years, most of which are located in remote and hard-to-access areas. This demonstrates the government's determination to ensure quality education for all children in the country, regardless of their place of residence. Alongside local authorities, regional parliamentarians, the UNICEF representative, and senior officials from his department, the ministry inaugurated the primary school in the coastly locality of Mulhulle, powered by solar panels. This school includes 4 primary classrooms, 2 middle school classrooms, and a cafeteria to provide meals for the students, as well as housing for teachers to ensure their stability and long-term commitment. The representative for the local population thanked the minister. The elders of the village of Mulhulle thanked the minister and his accompanying delegation for their visit, emphasizing the importance of the opening of this middle school, which the residents of the valley had eagerly awaited. The construction of this school had a positive impact on the valley of the locality, as families are no longer forced to travel to Obok to educate their children. One of the elders, speaking on behalf of the people of the locality and the surrounding areas, said, "I welcome you and I thank the Minister of Education who made a promise and came to inaugurate the college." For her part, the UNICEF representative emphasized the importance of establishing schools in remote areas to enhance access to education for all children, ensuring the right to education across the country. And now the Minister of National Education, Mr. Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, expressed his thoughts on the recent advancement in the education sector, emphasizing the efforts made by the governments to improve access to education across the country. He specifically discussed the importance of opening new schools in the most remote areas in order to ensure that every child, regardless of their place of residence, has access to quality education. This initiative is part of a broader commitment to reduce disparities and provide all young people with the same opportunities to succeed. MP's Kamil Hamed's speech during this ceremony focused on the importance of education, the development of the country. He praised the government's effort to provide quality education to all children, especially those living in remote areas. He highlighted the significant impact that the opening of new schools will have on local communities. After Mulhulle, the Minister of Education, National Education and Vocational Training and the accompanying delegation set their sight on Bisiduru, a border locality located at the far northern tip of Obok, where he concluded his tour in a grand fashion. Upon his arrival, he was welcomed by young people riding camels, accompanied by traditional songs and dances.
Minister and his delegation headed to Bisiduru, a border locality located at the extreme north of Obok, where the minister concluded his tour in grand fashion. Upon arrival, he was warmly welcomed by young people on camelback, accompanied by traditional songs and dances, rhythmically accompanied by drums, reflecting the enthusiasm and gratitude of the residents. In this festive atmosphere, he unveiled the symbolic veil inaugurating the country's most remote school, which opened its doors in September 2024. The school, consisting of 3 classrooms and lanterns, accompanied 38 first-grade students and marked a significant step forward in access to education in this isolated region. The population, represented by the students' parents and local leaders, expressed deep gratitude to the minister, emphasizing that this school represents the realization of their dream to offer their children a quality education in an appropriate setting. Since 2016, the number of solar-powered schools in the Obok region has increased from 18 to 31, a 70% rise. Most of these schools have been built in remote localities, in line with the goal of democratizing access to education and bringing educational service closer to vulnerable populations. The number of students has increased from 2,687 in 2016 to 4,201 in 2025, a 68% rise. The success rate for this baccalaureate reached 65% in 2024. The number of teachers has also increased from 1,400 in 2016 to 283 in 2025, a 98% increase. The construction of schools in these remote and border regions illustrates the success of the educational policy of His Excellency the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, which aims to provide equal opportunities to children in the country, whether they live in cities or in the most remote areas. Furthermore, the construction of schools in remote areas is part of an effort to guarantee access to education for all and to achieve the goal of universal primary education, which the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training plans to declare in September of this year. Thanks to this new school infrastructures, the distance between school and children is reduced, and students from isolated areas benefit from the same learning opportunities as those in urban centers.
The Minister of Education addressed the people of Bisidiru, a border located at the far northern tip of Obok, where he concluded his tour in a grand manner. During his speech, he highlighted the government's ongoing effort to bring education to even the most remote areas of the country, ensuring that every child, no matter where they live, has access to quality schooling. His visit to Bisiduro marked the culmination of a journey dedicated to strengthening the education system and reducing inequalities in access to education across all regions of the country. Sport now. The State Secretary for Sport, in collaboration with the Djiboutian Athletics Federation and with the support of Djibouti Telecom, organized the 24th edition of the Djibouti International Half Marathon this Friday. The event took place on February 7th at the Hassan Goulet Abtidoune Stadium, bringing together, as every year, top athletes from several countries. This 24th edition attracted runners from Ethiopia, Kenya, Tunisia, Rwanda, Angola, Burundi, Somalia, and Belgium, reflecting the growing international recognition of this competition. Djiboutian athletes dominated the men races, occupying the top 4 position in the ranking. Mohamed Ismail Farah once again made a mark by winning first place for the second consecutive year, confirming his talent and rigorous training. The podium for this edition was exclusively Djiboutian. First place, Mohamed Ismail, Djiboutian Army. Second place, Adan Wabari, Coast Guard. Third place, Hassan Waiz from the National Police. This major event on the national sport calendar continues to attract hundreds of runners, both amateurs and professionals, from diverse backgrounds each year. The competition highlights the excellence of Djiboutian athletes and contributes to strengthen Djibouti's position on the international athletic scene. The awards ceremony was attended by many prominent figures from Djibouti's sporting world, who congratulated the winners and praised the successful organization of this 24th edition. The Dorale Container Terminal Management Company organized a ceremony to welcome the arrival of 10 new rubber-tired gantry cranes aboard the Johan Fu vessel, aiming to enhance the terminal's performance and efficiency. During this reception held at the quay, the CEO of the Dorale Container Terminal Management Company, accompanied by various technical and logistical officials, supervised this important stage in the port's infrastructure development. These state-of-the-art equipment will improve handling operations, reduce container unloading times, and enhance the flow of movement within the terminal. As you know, the Dorale terminal, the country's leading terminal in a strategic cornerstone for maritime trade in Djibouti, plays a pivotal role in the country's economic development. The acquisition of these new gantry cranes is part of an ongoing dynamic of innovation and continuous modernization aimed at maintaining the port's competitiveness and capacity to accommodate the increasing demands of international trade. The General Manager, Abdullahi Addaw Sigar, expressed his pleasure at this acquisition, emphasizing that it will strengthen the terminal's activities and further improve the fluidity of operations.
Today, we have the great opportunity, the chance to welcome new equipment for SGTD Dorale Container Terminal, 10 RTG, which is part of the great project of modernization of the terminal, the modernization and also the operation capacity increase. So today, as you know, last year we acquired 4 STS ultra-large container vessel. This year we'll be acquiring, we acquired 10 RTG plus coming trucks, Richteker and empty handler. All these equipment are aimed to increase the operational capacity, the growth of the terminal, as well as the performance. So we are happy with the all SGTD team to this great job, and we were happy to count on the support of the our government authority up to the higher level to top down, and we were happy also to count on the support of the Port and Free Zone Authority, Marine Service, and especially also the SGTD team, who had made a great job from the beginning design to the end. This events is a short events just to discharge the equipment. There will be a job of checking, inspecting, analyzing, which is aimed to ensure that the equipment are fit to be operational and to be commissioned. Inshallah, this will be carried out within the next month and a half, and at the end of that process, we'll be making a bigger ceremony for the all equipment, and that we will have the opportunity to welcome and to host the all stakeholders of this great success for Dorale Terminal within the country, within the Port Authority, and of course within the SGTD. Finally, and the most important, I would like, at the name of all SGTD team, to thank our customer, the Djiboutian customer, Ethiopian customer, and also the international customer, where they allow us and they support us the last 2 years with a high level of business, high growth of business. We want to thank you them, and is thanks to their support, we have managed to increase the terminal capacity almost from 600,000 TEU to 1.2 million TEU within 2 years. So we want really thank to our customer. What we want also say to our customer is that during these 2 years, because the business have arrived suddenly and acquiring equipment is taking time, the last 2 years, or especially the last year, the operational faced because of the Red Sea crisis and because of, let's say, not enough equipment, especially on the yard and space. We have been working hard, and I want to thank you here, the all SGTD team who have been solving this issue. With the arrival of this equipment is the end of, I would say, this challenge. We, as you know, we have made available about 20 hectares of yard, and we have acquired equipment, land equipment. So this RTG are here to ease and to solve the issue of the delay and the waiting time in the terminal. So from the commission of this RTG, the volume of the terminal will grow, and the waiting time, the booking time, and the delivery time will increase. That for the landside client, for Ethiopia and Djibouti. For the seaside, this equipment will allow to increase the transshipment capacity at further level, and we hope to reach another record next year.
And now, the day after the arrival of their colleagues who returned to the country, the gendarmes of the 3rd Rotation of Police Force Unit, the FPU of the National Gendarmerie, left Djibouti yesterday, heading to the Central African Republic. The details with Dini.
After the triumphant return of their colleagues to the country the previous day, the gendarmes of the 3rd rotation of the formed police unit of the Gendarmerie departed Djibouti on Friday, 7th of February 2025, heading for the Central African Republic. At the first flight of the day on Friday, the men and women, calm and determined, boarded an Ethiopian Airlines plane chartered by the United Nations. The departure of the convoy took place under the admiration and supervision of the Chief of Staff of the National Gendarmerie, along with a delegation of senior officers. In a statement, the Chief of Staff of the Gendarmerie, Colonel Zakaria Hassan Aden, expressed his enthusiasm and support for the unit. Today, we are proud to see our men and women of the 3rd rotation, National Gendarmerie, live for their mission with all our trust and support. We know that our gendarmes will honor the homeland and continue to defend with courage and dedication the values of peace and security that underpin our international commitment. We wish them a successful mission.
And now the Ministry of Women and Family, in collaboration with the United Nations Population Fund, organized the celebration of the International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation yesterday morning at the Sheraton Hotel.
The Ministry of Women and Family, in collaboration with UNFPA, organized the celebration of the International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation at the Sheraton Hotel yesterday morning. This event is a crucial opportunity to raise awareness of this harmful practice and its dramatic consequences on girls and women. The workshop brought together officials from the Ministry of Women's Affairs, representatives of civil society, representatives of associations, and other personalities. This day is an opportunity to remind the community that the fight against FGM must remain an absolute priority. It is imperative to step up efforts to raise awareness, educate, and legislate while supporting survivors of female genital mutilation. Together, we must work towards a future where no girl or woman suffers from this form of violence. Every action counts and every voice can make a difference. Together we can put an end to female genital mutilation and ensure violence-free future for all girls and women in our country. On this day of remembrance, let us renew our commitment to protecting future generations from female genital mutilation and to building a future free from violence and gender discrimination.
The meeting room at the Djiboutian Coast Guard headquarters located at the Escale hosted on Thursday the 60th Joint Coordination Committee GCC meeting as part of the third phase of the Djiboutian Coast Guard capacity building project, co-chaired by Colonel Baez Omar Bogore, commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, and Mr. Kaneda Masayuki, resident representative of the JICA office in Djibouti. The meeting brought together several figures, including Mr. Suzuki Shota, Deputy Director of JICA, and Sushiya Koji, retired Vice Admiral and Maritime Security Advisor to JICA. The primary objective of this project is to ensure the future and strategic development of Djiboutian Coast Guard by strengthening its operational and logistical capacities. At the conclusion of this meeting, a memorandum of understanding was signed between Colonel Wais Omar Bogore and Mr. Kaneda Masayuki, thus formalizing the commitment of both parties to continue this vital cooperation for maritime security. And now the Ali Sabih Regional Council hosted this Saturday morning a literary conference led by the writer Asad Jog Ali Farah Jama, organized with care by the Association of Readers and Writers of Ali Sabih. The event attracted a large audience consisting of local personalities, teachers, students from the University of Djibouti, and literature enthusiasts. Supported by the president of the regional council, Shamarkan Hassan Ali. This initiative highlighted the author's talent as he represented this first novel, Chemin de la Persévérance, the story which traces the journey of an individual determined to overcome life's obstacles, captivated the audience and sparked numerous discussion. The Aliyas Association, founded by teachers and chaired by Hussein Omar Abdi. The discussion that followed highlighted the fundamental role of literature in personal and collective development. The conference was praised for its inspiring nature, reminding everyone that perseverance is an essential key to success, both individually and within the community. Literacy still, but in the north yesterday afternoon, a presentation ceremony followed by a book signing of Le Fils du Maître, the son of the master, took place at the Gadile Resort Hotel. The event was attended by Muhammad Ali Shahim, the young prodigy and author of the book, who was invited by writer Abdul Maki. Prominent figure attended to the event, including the prefect of the Tajura region, Mr. Mohammed Abbas, the vice president of the regional council, Mr. Abubakar Omar, the regional director of the CNSS, Mr. Ali, and the technical advisor, Mr. Hassan Hussein. This biographical book chronicles the author's happy childhood, which was suddenly disrupted by the appearance of an illness whose relentless verdict led to disabilities, forcing him to use a wheelchair. The poignant story deeply moved the audience, but beyond the ordeal, it is primarily the resilience shown by this 27-year-old young man that garnered admiration for everyone. To overcome the illness and transcending this disability, Muhammad, the son of the master, embarked with determination on writing this book, thus sharing his exceptional journey. And now for the international news, the fifth exchange of hostages and prisoners between Israel and Hamas will take place this Saturday as part of the ongoing ceasefire in Gaza. The details with Dini Musa.
To release 3 Israeli hostages on Saturday in exchange for 183 Palestinian prisoners. The fifth exchange since a ceasefire agreement came into effect between the Islamist movement and Israel after 15 months of devastating war in Gaza. Israel in the family forum announced that 3 men were to be released after 16 months of captivity in the Gaza Strip. Dozens of armed Hamas fighters, masked and wearing green headbands on their foreheads, deployed early in the morning in Dar al-Balah, in the center of the Palestinian territory, before the start of the operation.
This is it for this 9 p.m. English News Edition. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned for more on RTD.